So let me hop over to my screen here. There's one other one I want to show, and it doesn't really require any kind of setup or anything like that. So if we go back to the Fling site, I just saw this one last night. I didn't really realize it was even out there, but I had to go to the second page. It is this VMware vSAN Live. And what's cool is it's just a mobile app, right? So I'm running iOS on my phone, and I didn't have to do anything to my vSAN environment or deploy anything like that, right? So I'm going to stop sharing and show the mobile app on my phone, and we're going to connect to this vCenter. And this cluster right here is a vSAN cluster, right? These two hosts are directly connected and they're running vSAN, like a two-node setup. So let me stop sharing my screen here. I'll see if this works or not. Let's try this. Okay, can you guys see my iPhone?
Yes, sir.
All right, so see this app in the bottom right corner here? It is, all I had to do was go to the App Store, download it. You click on that. The first time you do this, you need to go install certificates, and it walks you through how to do that. So you just follow this little wizard. Basically, you open up the browser, Safari, you go to your vCenter with this additional URL at the end to basically download the certificate chain. And then you need to install that as a profile. Just basically, it'll trust that, right? Once that's done, you can come here, log in, right? So I did this last night. So here's my URL to my vCenter. And I'm going to put in credentials. And I'm not typing correctly. And then the password is, of course, VMware one bang. And that's it. The only problem I had with this is when I typed in my URL to my vCenter, it kept auto-correcting it to visa.tilkens.local. So good old autocorrect. So we'll trust the untrusted connections. And there we go. So I didn't have to do anything on my vSAN side, on the vSphere side. All I needed to do was download this app and trust the cert, and it will see any clusters that I have where vSAN is running, right? So I can click on that. It shows you some information as far as how it's configured. This is a two-node setup, so there is a primary and secondary fault domain. I don't have the iSCSI target service enabled. If you go down to health here, this will be the health check that you would see from the cluster level with all the different checks that it's doing. Wait for it. There we go. Right, so you see all these different checks. And luckily, everything looks good right now for me. And then performance is actually pretty powerful. So here you can see all kinds of stuff as far as performance, and you can change the amount of time that you're looking at here. So like, right, last 7 hours, last 11 hours. And this is VM related. You can change it to the back end, right? So if you want to see the disks and what vSAN is doing behind the scenes, right? How it's performing. And then the last little section here is capacity. Just kind of give you some charts as far as how much of your capacity is being used and what is consuming that capacity. So it's pretty cool, right? The only requirement is you're on the same network as your vCenter, right? So if I were not at home, yeah, I could just VPN in and boom. But it's pretty cool, right? I mean, nothing to set up, nothing to impact the environment. I didn't have to deploy anything. I mean, it's really kind of a look only. There's not much I can do other than rerun this health check. But aside from that, it's all just kind of read-only data.
Kind of just pulling, let's just say, XML data almost.
Yeah, I think it's pretty light. I mean, it's just getting all this from vCenter, so pretty neat though.
Kind of reminds me of that old mobile app that we used to have back in the day. But
that was watch list, right?
Beneficial. Yes.
Yeah.
You can actually do a little more with it, right? But obviously with phones, you're not going to trust yourself to open a console or anything. But I can see this being very beneficial for storage admins. that are
So
getting real heavy into vSAN.
you bring up a good point because there is a Fling. Hopefully you can see my screen. It is the vSphere mobile client. Now it's only supported on Android at the moment, so I couldn't demo this one, right? I think these are coming, but I'd be curious to see what that looks like. And there is some pictures here, so it'll be interesting. So maybe we could do that in a different TAM Lab someday. I don't have Android, so I can't do it.
I agree with that. I don't have it either.
But that takes us to the top of the hour. So any questions on anything we've done today? Or any other flings that you would like to see us cover? Because there's a ton of them out there, right? All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'll let you go. Thanks for joining,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Have a good week.